Let's get right to the Corona tail of the tape. You can see Prescott older. He's got the advantage in height and reach. Let's see if he uses those in this main event. Both fighters are in the ring. We get the official introduction from Ray Flores.
Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the white and the black. His professional record, 16 wins, a dozen of those coming by way of knockout, against 2 losses and 1 draw. Fighting out of Poti, Georgia. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Levan the Wolf Ghvamichava. And across the ring, his opponent fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the blue and the white. As a professional, 29 victories, 21 of those coming by way of KO, opposite 7 defeats. Fighting out of Miami, Florida, by way of Colombia. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Breidis Prescott.
Now, the California state rules, a little different than the unified rules. No standing 8 count, no 3 knockdown rule. Referee or doctor can stop the fight. Fighter cannot be saved by the bell in any round except the final round. And if an accidental foul causes the fight to end before the start of round 4, it's a technical draw. After the start of round 4, we go to the cards for a technical decision. And a point, as you can see earlier tonight, can be deducted even for unintentional low blows. This is our main event. The Wolf, he's in the silver trunks, the black trim. Prescott, the blue trunks, the white trim. There's a right hand by Prescott.
Pick him up a little, Prescott, un poco para arriba.
You can see early on, he's already going right to that body of Ghvamichava. That's the shot that stopped him in this same facility back in March.
Both these guys making their welterweight 147-pound debut. I think the one that carries the weight better is Prescott. He looks leaner. He has the shoulder width to carry that weight. And the Wolf looks a little bit stockier, and his belly looks a little softer. So I think even though he suffered making 140, 147 probably is not fit for him just yet either.
Caught Prescott with a left hook. Of course, the Wolf, Ghvamichava. Is trained by Virgil Hunter. We'll be talking to Virgil during the fight. So far, it's Prescott who's been the active fighter here in round 1.
He's been the active fighter backing up, which is pretty impressive. I've always known that Prescott could box. I mean, he's a puncher, he's a big puncher, but he can also box, and that's because he has that amateur pedigree, which is rare in Colombian fighters. Usually they come with power, but they don't really come with the skill, especially when they come to the United States. But the Wolf, Ghvamichava, also had over 100 amateur fights, so both these guys have a pedigree, and it shows as professionals.
We are commercial free throughout this main event. And here comes the Wolf. There's an uppercut by Prescott.
There's that uppercut I mentioned earlier. It's because Prescott, you know, for a tall guy, it's a risky punch to throw, but he bends his knees and he gets under there really nicely. He can maintain the jab and the right hand and keep you at bay. Good right hand there by the Wolf. But he gets a sneaky uppercuts as well.
Final seconds here, round 1.
Stop with the bell, guys.
Good body shot there.
Good exchange. Right before the bell.
Get that bucket.
You can see they said their game plans, they want Prescott to fight backing up. See if he can fight, they say backing up.
And they're getting that. I've never seen so much confidence from the great Virgil here. Virgil's actually showing really confidence in his fighter there, telling him, hey, listen, can we stop him in the 6? Are we going to do that? Keep backing him up. It's good advice there.
There's a stiff jab by the Wolf. There's a left to the body by Prescott.
Finding the range.
Virgil Hunter. There's a left hand by the Wolf. Watching his fighter.
Oh, pick him up, Breidis. Pick him up, Breidis. Pick him up.
You can see Prescott really zeroing in on the body of Ghvamichava. That was the same body shot that stopped him back in March here in this facility by Sergey Lipinets.
Good body shot there by the Wolf. Good uppercut also. Prescott's the type of guy that he doesn't get you out of there in 3 or 4 or 5 rounds. Then he kind of falls apart a little bit. His legs start betraying him. His power starts dissipating, and his technique goes out the window.
Watch your hits.
He's not a good distance fighter because most power punchers aren't.
And here comes the Wolf as these guys step it up here in round 2.
That's Prescott's fight right there. Stay behind the jab, long right hand. You don't want to get in the inside with a strong Wolf.
You heard Sergio point out, there's a combination.
No knockdown. Give me a glove.
You can see Prescott had his legs kind of tripped up. Now let's see. That re-energizes Levan Ghvamichava. He seems to be putting on more pressure here in round 2. There's a double jab by the Wolf. Here comes Prescott right hand.
10 seconds. 10 segundos. Stop.
Action picking up here at the end of round 2. We got a good main event here.
Mouthpiece, Levan.
Here we go with the Wolf putting effective pressure. Actually, that should have been counted as a knockdown. He did catch him with a left hand. Prescott did get tripped up a little bit, but a punch did land. That was a tricky call there. But that's what effective pressure is all about. Even when punches aren't landing cleanly, you can see who's the effective aggressor coming forward. The confident boxer is Ghvamichava. Prescott landing good punches, but on his back foot going back.
Let's get right to the Motel 6 punch stats here thus far. You can see Prescott's landed almost 30% of his punches, but his Ghvamichava has been the more active fighter. He's thrown 150 punches thus far. Here's a stiff jab by the Wolf. There's a sneaky uppercut there by Prescott.
Both these guys throwing heavy leather. Every punch, even their jabs are really heavy punches going in and out through that guard there. Both guys landing solid shots.
Ghvamichava said that the power punch for him to watch for is that left hook. And it's interesting that his corner told us something that you talked about, fighting with confidence in this fight, getting over that Lipinets stoppage, come out, seek, search, and destroy, show the people the real Wolf.
And you know how difficult that is for a professional to come back in his very next fight after a knockdown to be this confident. Not that many fighters get to do that. It's all mental. You go in there and a little bit of you're shell-shocked, a little gun-shy, especially to the body. You're so vulnerable. But Ghvamichava looking like the confident, aggressive fighter here. Prescott not looking too shabby either. It's a good fight, but Ghvamichava, I think, has the upper edge.
Under a minute left here in round 3. Prescott talked about, listen, I need to really establish myself here at 147, a win here against an opponent like the Wolf. Restart things for me in my career. Sergio pointed out, even though he took this fight on a week's notice, he was scheduled to fight on the 24th of this month, but his visa for here expires on the 16th. So he said this is a blessing in disguise because he was going to miss that fight and have to go back to Colombia to renew his visa, but got this fight. Now he can fight, go back to Colombia, renew his visa, and then come back to Miami.
He mentioned
look at the right hand there by the Wolf. Virgil Hunter spewing that confidence into Ghvamichava. You heard him say, listen, you're in great shape. This is your time.
We saw that from the second round. Usually Virgil is real calm and cool and collected in there. He's real smooth with his directions, but he's more animated in this corner, in this fight. He thinks he could actually get the stoppage here, and he's encouraging Ghvamichava to go for the stoppage. It's something unusual there from Virgil.
Breidis Prescott has been in with some of the best. Here's a combination.
Pick it up, okay? Keep it clean. Pick him up, okay? Okay?
Michael Mercado giving the hard warning there to Prescott.
You mentioned Breidis Prescott's resume there. I mean, he has an impressive resume, even though he's lost all his big fights, except for Richard Abril. He got away with a decision there. But he's fought the likes of Miguel Vasquez, Amir Khan, Mike Alvarado, Terrence Crawford. It's pretty impressive that the only person to stop him in a fight that he was winning was Mike Alvarado.
Yeah. 5 world champions Prescott has faced in the ring.
Those are hard jabs being landed by the Wolf there. Those are like basically straight right hands because they're landing so solidly. And Prescott is just taking them.
Overhand right by Prescott.
That punch is a little low by Prescott there. The referee mentioned it.
Watch your head, cuidado con la cabeza.
Combination by the Wolf.
Very dangerous move right there that Prescott did. He wanted to roll that punch and come back with the uppercut. The problem is he forgot to roll completely. Almost got caught with a Ghvamichava overhand right.
Under a minute here in round 4. We're scheduled for 10. Breidis Prescott in those blue trunks taking on Levan Ghvamichava, the Wolf.
Great jabs that the Wolf is landing there. I'm telling you, those are going to take their toll the later this fight goes. Prescott's mouth is already bloody. I'm sure the nose is.
A combination to that drops Prescott.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ven. Dame los guantes.
And it's an accumulation of those hard jabs. That was a soft uppercut that landed there, but those tough, hard, solid jabs are making Prescott's head.
The Wolf is howling here in the 4th round. And that's the bell.
It's interesting. Prescott asking his corner what round it is. That's what we mentioned earlier, that he's not a distance fighter. He's the type of guy that if he doesn't get you out in the 5th round, he starts getting a little worried. And he should be worried because Ghvamichava is coming hard after him.
Keep in mind, you might remember a couple of rounds ago, Virgil Hunter told him, how long do you think this one's going to go? Maybe 6? This is round 5.
That was a good right hand right there by Prescott.
How about the legs of Prescott? They still look a little wobbly.
Ghvamichava throwing bombs in there, even though they're barely missing. They're shots that actually are keeping Prescott from being more aggressive and throwing the hardest shots that he was planning on throwing. I expected Prescott to be the aggressor here.
Cut under the left eye of the Wolf. take a look at how you, the fans, have this one scored thus far.
Watch your head.
You've given the Wolf every round
Watch your head
except for the
inside.
first one. And he's up 3 here in round 5.
Prescott's corner yelling instructions, asking their men to box, to move and box. They know that it's that 5th round where he starts to fall apart a little bit with his technique. Now, Prescott can fight good behind the jab. He has that in him, but you got to remind him to box and not use power shots all the time.
Well, you made the point about how he fades sometimes in fights. You look at his record. After 6 rounds, Prescott is 9-7. After 8 rounds, he's basically 7-7. And after 10 rounds, he is 0-2. So the later, the deeper waters you take him, the more to your advantage.
And I'll tell you what, Brian, that's usually the case with power punchers. I mean, they're born with that power, but they're not born with going the distance. You know, they need to learn that. But if they're taking out everyone early, they don't really get to have that experience of going the distance and into deep water.
Seconds here in round 5. Prescott got dropped in round 4.
Ghvamichava relentless with his punches there.
It's just the 3rd time that Prescott's been down.
Great uppercut there by Ghvamichava.
Right hand by the Wolf.
10 segundos, 10 seconds, stop at the bell.
Look at the legs of Prescott, even though he's throwing.
Show him that quick jab up here and drop that straight right solar plex when we get a chance.
Instructions from Virgil Hunter, world-class trainer of Andre Ward, one of the pound-for-pound best fighters in the world, Andre Berto, Amir Khan. Double left hook by Prescott to start round 6. There's the right hand. You heard the instruction from Hunter. Give him the double jab, follow it up with the right hand. That's exactly what you saw from the Wolf.
He also told the Wolf not to load up, just to keep the pressure on him. He's landing some solid shots. He doesn't need to load up. He's landing the good shots that are hurting Prescott without loading up.
Take a look at the Motel 6 punch stats through round 5. Ghvamichava coming up on 400 punches thrown. He's landed 27% of them. Prescott, just 26%. He's landed nearly 90 of his punches. That 1-2 hit the guard of the Wolf.
For this being the first fight of Ghvamichava at 147, I gotta say, he's taking the punches really well. The punches that do land from Prescott, the Wolf is taking really good. So not only is he impressive with the offense, but he's pretty impressive with his chin.
There's a stiff jab by Prescott. Minute left here in round 6.
This is a slightly better round by Prescott here, boxing, using his distance, his movement, fighting behind the jab, which is probably what he needed to get his bearings back. Good shot by Ghvamichava there.
One of the things that Prescott said he was going to do, keep his distance, use the jab, box, then work the body of Ghvamichava.
That's normally what he resorts to when he can't get a guy out of there under 5 rounds. He goes behind the jab, and like I said, he does have some amateur experience. So in amateurs, everything's behind the jab, and pity pat here, a right hand here.
Right hand by the Wolf. Final seconds here of round 6.
10 seconds.
This was a good round by Prescott, fighting behind the jab, getting him back into this fight.
Here's another right hand.
Sometimes that flick
Mouthpiece.
Breidis Prescott is out of living out of Miami now.
Mouthpiece.
Originally from Colombia. They grew up poor. Talked about the urgency for this fight, wanting a huge fight next. But he's got his hands full here with Levan Ghvamichava. Touches the body of the Wolf. The Wolf returns with a right hand.
And I gotta say, Brian, both corners are giving their men the right instructions, the perfect instructions, actually. Both are executing, but just the body language of Ghvamichava is a little bit more confident.
Let's take a look at our throwdown scoring scorecard, how you, the fans, have it. And you've seen the Wolf starting to
Watch your heads inside, guys.
increase his lead. You've got him up by 5 here. There's a left hook, right hand. Here comes the Wolf. Back to Prescott to the ropes.
Virgil yelling at his man, keep touching him, keep touching him. When you have your man hurt, it doesn't really take much to get him stunned anymore. Keep touching him, keep breaking him down.
He keeps touching him with that jab. Trying to line up that right hand. There's a left hook that dropped Prescott.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. ¿Cómo te sientes? ¿Quieres seguir? Dame los guantes. Mira, tú tienes que me enseñar algo, ¿ok? Box!
Prescott barely got up at 9. Here comes the Wolf. Big right hand. He's howling here in the 7th. And basically pushed him down with the left.
Get up. Get up. Get up. Súbete. 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 No knock him. Give me your gloves. Okay.
Under a minute.
Enséñame algo.
I don't think Prescott's legs are strong enough to last the rest of this round. It's only going to take 1 or 2 more punches for the referee to intervene here.
No, get up. Get up. No knockdown. Get up. Get up.
Prescott doing the smart thing, the veteran move there by killing as much time as he can, get his bearings under him.
30 seconds left in this round. Right hand
This fight's
by
over.
Levan Ghvamichava, and that's it. The Wolf has done it.
Give me a score.
Let's take a look at the Motel 6 punch stats, and you can see the Wolf threw nearly 500 punches. He landed almost 30% of them. Prescott threw nearly 400 punches. He landed 28% of them, but the Wolf exercises those demons, redeems himself, and probably, he says, his most disappointing loss in this facility 3 months ago. He comes back here and stops his opponent. Let's get the official time of the stoppage. Here's Ray Flores.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes at 2 minutes, 37 seconds of the 7th round. Referee in charge, Michael Margado, waves off the bout for your winner by technical knockout, Levan the Wolf Ghvamichava.
So Levan Ghvamichava walks in here and stops Breidis Prescott.